Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. The Union Public Service Commission is the central recruiting agency in India. It is an independent constitutional body in the sense that it has been directly created by the Constitution. Article 315 and 323 in Part 14th of the Constitution contains elaborate provisions regarding the composition, appointment and removal of members along with the independence, powers and functions of UPSC. Composition. UPSC consists of chairman and other members appointed by the President of India. The Constitution, without specifying the strength of the commission, has left the matter to the discretion of the President. President की इच्छा के ऊपर सब कुछ डिपेंड करता है. Who determines its composition? जो कि इसकी composition को determine करता है कौन? President. Usually the commission consists of 9 to 11 members, including the chairman. Further, no qualification are prescribed for the commission's membership, except the one half of the members of the commission should be such persons who have held office for at least 10 years either under the government of India और अंडर द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ द स्टेट. मतलब इस कमीशन का मेंबर्स होने के लिए कोई पर्टिकुलर एजुकेशन की या क्वालिफिकेशन की ज़रूरत नहीं है, जैसे कि सब में होता है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में होता है या और स्टेट लेवल पे जितने कमीशन होते हैं उनमें होता है. इसमें कोई भी किसी भी तरह की क्वालिफिकेशन की ज़रूरत नहीं है, बस इतना एक्सपीरियंस होना चाहिए कि 10 साल उसने गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के अंदर में काम किया हो या स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के अंदर में काम किया हो. द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन एंड ऑथराइज द प्रेसिडेंट टू डिटरमाइन द कंडीशन ऑफ सर्विस of the chairman and other members. Chairman and members of the commission hold office for a term of 6 years until they attain age of 65 years, whichever is earlier. The president can appoint one of the member of UPSC as an acting chairman in the following two circumstances: when the office of chairman falls vacant, when the chairman is unable to perform the functions. अगर रिमूवल की बात करें तो द प्रेसिडेंट कैन रिमूव द चेयरमैन और एनी अदर मेंबर ऑफ यूपीएससी फ्रॉम द ऑफिस अंडर द फॉलोइंग सर्कमटेंसेस. प्रेसिडेंट रिमूव कर सकता है कौन से ग्राउंड्स पे? इफ़ ही इज़ या उसके मेंबर या चेयरमैन यूपीएससी का एडजस्ड एंड इंसॉल्वेंट दैट इज हैज़ गॉन बैंकक्रप्ट, इफ़ ही engaged ड्यूरिंग हिज टर्म ऑफ ऑफिस इन एनी पेड एम्प्लॉयमेंट आउटसाइड द ड्यूटी ऑफ हिज ऑफिस. ठीक है. If he is, in the opinion of president, unfit to continue in office by reasons of infirmity, mind or body. In addition to these, the president can also remove the chairman or any other member of UPSC for the misbehavior. However, in this case, the president has to refer the matter to the Supreme Court for an inquiry. If the Supreme Court, after the inquiry, uphold the cause of removal and advises, so the president can remove the chairman or a member under the provisions of the constitution. The advice tendered by the Supreme Court in this regard is binding on the president. During the course of inquiry by the Supreme Court, the president can suspend the chairman or the member of the UPSC. Independence की बात करेंगे तो constitution has made the following provisions to safeguard and ensure the independence and impartial functioning of the UPSC. The chairman or a member of the UPSC can be removed from office by the president only in the manner and on the grounds mentioned in the constitution. Therefore, they enjoy security of tenure. B. The condition of service of the chairman or a member, though determined by the president, cannot be varied to his disadvantage आफ्टर हिज अपॉइंटमेंट. प्रेसिडेंट इसका डिसएडवांटेज नहीं, एडवांटेज नहीं उठा सकता, इसका कोई डिसएडवांटेज नहीं हो सकता. द एंटायर एक्सपेंसेस इंक्लूडिंग द सैलरीज, अलाउंसेस एंड पेंशंस of the chairman and member of UPSC are charged on the consolidated fund of India. Thus, they are not subject to the vote of parliament. The chairman of UPSC on ceasing to hold office is not eligible for further employment in the government of India or state. A member of UPSC ceasing to hold office is eligible for appointment as the chairman of UPSC or State Public Service Commission, but not for any other employment in the government of India or state. The chairman or the member of UPSC is, after having completed his term, not eligible for reappointment to that office. Functions: UPSC perform the following functions. It conducts examination for appointment to the All India Services, Central Services, Public Services of centrally administered territories. It assists the states, if required by two or more states, to do so in framing and operating schemes of joint recruitment for any service. It serves all or any of the needs of state, the request of the state government with the approval of President of India. It is constituted on the following matters related to personnel management, all matter relating to method of recruitment to civil services and for civil post, principle to be followed in making appointment of civil services, suitability of candidate for appointment to civil services and post for promotion and transfer from one service to another, and appointment by the transfer or deputation. The concerned department make recommendations for promotion and request of UPSC to ratify them. All disciplinary matters affecting a person serving under the government of India in a civil capacity, including memorial petitions relating to such matters. These include censures, disapproval, withholding of increment, withholding of promotions, recovery of pecuniary loss, reduction to lower service, removal from service, dismissal from service. Any claim of reimbursement of legal expense incurred by civil servant in the defending legal proceeding, including against him in respect of act done in the execution of his official duties. Any claim for the award of pension in the respect of injury sustained by a person. The Supreme Court has held that if the government fails to consult UPSC in the matters mentioned above, the aggrieved public servants had no remedy in court. In other words, the court held that any irregularity in constitution with the UPSC or acting without consultation does not invalidate decision of the government. Additional functions relating to the service of the union can be conferred on UPSC by the parliament. It can also place the personal system of any authority. The UPSC present annually to the president a report on its performance. The president placed this report before both houses of parliament along the memorandum explaining the cases where the advice of commission was not accepted and the reasons for such non-acceptance. Limitations: while making reservation of appointment or post in favor of any backward classes, while taking into consideration the claim of scheduled caste, scheduled tribes in making appointment or services and post, with regard to selection for temporary or officiating appointment to a post if person appointed is not likely to hold post for more than a year. President can exclude post, services and matters from review of UPSC. The Constitution states that President in respect to all India services, central services and post may make regulation specifying the matter in which it shall be necessary for UPSC to be consulted. Role: the Constitution visualizes the UPSC to be the watchdog of merit system in India. It is concerned with the recruitment to all India services and civil servants, Group A and Group B, and advises the government when consulted on promotion and disciplinary matter. It is not concerned with the classification of services, pay and service condition, cadre management, training and so on. These matters are handled by the Department of Personnel and Training, one of the three departments of the Ministry of Personnel, Public Grievance and Pensions. Therefore, UPSC is only a central recruiting agency, while the Department of Personnel and Training is a central personnel agency in India. The role of UPSC is not only limited, but also recommendations made by it are only of advisory nature and hence not binding on the government. It is up to union government to accept or reject that advice. The only safeguard is the answerability of the government to the parliament for departing from recommendation of commission. Further, the government can make rules which regulate scope of advisory of the UPSC. Emergence of Central Vigilance Commission in 1964 affected the role of UPSC in disciplinary matter. This is because the both are consulted by the government while taking disciplinary action against a civil servant. The problem arises when two bodies tender conflicting advice. However, the UPSC, being an independent constitutional body, has an edge over the CBC, Central Vigilance Commission, which is created by an executive resolution of Government of India and conferred a statutory status in October 2013. चलिए अब बात करते हैं स्टेट पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन की. Parallel to the UPSC at the center, and there is a state public service commission in a state. जैसा कि सेंटर में यूपीएससी होता है वैसे स्टेट में एसपीएससी होता है. सेम सेट ऑफ आर्टिकल्स 353 to 323 in part 14th of the constitution also deals with the composition, appointment and removal matters, power, function and independence of SPSC. Composition: a state public service commission consists of chairman and other member appointed by the governor of the state at the place of president in the center. The constitution does not specify the strength of the commission but has left the matter to the discretion of the governor. Further, no qualifications are prescribed. Chairman and members of the commission hold office for a term of 6 years until they attain age of 62 years, and here the age of 65 years. That is the difference, whichever is earlier. In case of UPSC, the age limit is 65 years. Governor can appoint one of the member of UPSC and acting chairman in the following two circumstances: when office of chairman falls vacant, when the chairman is unable to perform the functions. Removal: if he is adjudged or insolvent, if he is engaged during the his term of office in any paid employment, if he is opinion of president to continue office of the person of inferiority mind. Let's talk about the independence. The chairman or member of SPC can be removed from office by the president only in the manner and on the grounds mentioned in the constitution. Or in the matter of UPSC, president can remove the chairman and member, and in the state government, appointment by the governor but removal by the president. The constitution, the condition of service of chairman or a member, though determined by the governor, cannot be varied on his disadvantage. Chairman of FPSC, in the place of UPSC, you can put the SPSC and read all the State Public Service Commission as same as UPSC. Difference may be in the functions. Let's talk about the functions. It conducts examination for appointment to the service of the state. It consulted on the following matters relating to personal management, all matter relating to method of recruitment to civil services and for civil post. Everything is the same. Content. If I talk about the limitations, then the limitations: while making reservation of appointment or a post in favor of any backward class of citizen, while taking into consideration the claims of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes in making appointment or service. These are the same, but at the place of UPSC, you can put SPSC and read all the content of the State Public Service Commission, same as UPSC. Role is the same, but place is a different. In the sense, for matter of UPSC is the central place, and the matter of state Public Service Commission is the state, as is the State Vigilance Commission. Joint State Public Service Commission. The Constitution makes a provisions for establishment of Joint State Public Service Commission for two or more states. While the UPSC and the SPC are created directly by the Constitution, a JSPSC can be created by an act of parliament on the request of the state legislature concerned. Thus, a joint state public service commission is a statutory and non-constitutional body. The two states of Punjab and Haryana had a joint state public service commission for a short period after the creation of Haryana of Punjab in 1966. The chairman and the member of JSPSC are appointed by the president. They hold office for a term of 6 years until they attain the age of 62 years, whichever is earlier. They can also resign from their office. at any time, submitting the resignation letter to the president. The number of members of JPSC and their conditions of service are determined by the president. JSPSC presents its annual performance report to each of the concerned state governors. Each governor places the report before the state legislature. UPSC can also serve the needs of state on the request of the state governor and with the approval of the president. As provided by the Government of India Act of 1919, Central Public Service Commission was set up in 1926 and entrusted with the task of recruiting civil servants. The Government of India Act of 1935 provided for the establishment of not only a Federal Public Service Commission but also Provincial Public Service Commission and Joint Public Service Commission for two or more provinces. This is for the today. Let's meet the yesterday. Let's meet the tomorrow for the next topic, Finance Commission. This is the small topic. Let's talk about the Finance Commission also. Article 280 of the Constitution of India provides for Finance Commission as a quasi-judicial body. It is constituted by the President of India every fifth year or at such earlier time considered necessary. Finance Commission as a quasi-judicial body. It is constituted by the President. Article 280 of the Constitution. Composition. The Finance Commission consists of chairman. The Finance Commission consists of chairman and four other members to be appointed by the President. They hold office for such period as specified by the President in his order. They are eligible for reappointment. The Constitution authorized the Parliament to determine the qualification of members of the Commission and the manner in which they should be selected. Accordingly, the Parliament has specified the qualification. The Parliament has specified the qualification of chairman and a member of commission. The chairman should be a person having experience in public affairs, and the four other members should be selected from amongst the following: a judge of High Court or one qualified to appointed as one, a person who has specialized knowledge of finance and accounts of the government, a person who has wide experience in financial matters, in administration, a person who has special knowledge of economics. Functions. Finance Commission is required to make recommendations to the President of India on the following matters: the distribution of net proceeds of taxes to be shared between center and the states, and the allocation between the states of the respective shares of such proceeds. The principles that should govern the grants in aid to state by the center, that is out of the Consolidated Fund of India. The measures needed to augment the Consolidated Fund of State to supplement the resources of Panchayat and the municipalities in the state on the basis of recommendations made by the State Finance Commission. Any other matter referred to it by the President in the interest of sound finance. Till 1960, the Commission also suggested grants given to the state of Assam, Bihar, Odisha and West Bengal in lieu of assignment of any shares of net proceed to each years of export duty on jute and jute products. The Commission submits its report to the President. He lays it before both the Houses of Parliament, along with an explanatory memorandum as to action taken on its recommendations. Advisory role. It must be clarified here that the recommendation made by the Finance Commission are only of advisory nature and hence not binding on the government. It is up to the Union government to implement its recommendation on granting money to the states. To put it other words, it is nowhere laid down its constitution that the recommendation of the commission shall be binding upon the government of India, or that it would be give rise to legal right to favor of beneficiary. As rightly observed by Dr. P.B. Rajmannar, the chairman of the Fourth Finance Commission, since the Finance Commission is a constitutional body expected to be quasi-judicial, its recommendation should be turned down by the government of India unless there are very compelling reasons. The Constitution of India advises the Finance Commission as balancing wheel of fiscal federalism. ठीक है. ये हमारा फाइनेंस कमीशन हो गया, स्टेट पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन हो गया एंड यूनियन पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन हो गया। आज हम लोग ने 3 कमीशन पढ़े। मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट टॉपिक में। नेक्स्ट टॉपिक हमारा क्या होगा चलिए देख लीजिए। नेक्स्ट टॉपिक हमारा होगा नेशनल कमीशन फॉर SCs। ठीक है, चलिए मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट टॉपिक में, तब तक बने रहिए मेरे साथ। धन्यवाद, थैंक यू।